let's see how you can get your Qlik Sense server up to date. We'll go through a typical upgrade process to get Qlik Sense upgraded, in this example from May 2024 to November 2024 version. My name is Mikkel. I have been deploying, securing, and upgrading Qlik Sense servers for more than 6 years. And now I'm here sharing what I've learned through my career to save you some time and effort learning the same thing on your own. All right, so let's get started. What I have here is my staging server, and on it currently I am running the May 2024 version of Qlik Sense. I will be upgrading to November 2024. If you are also upgrading to November 2024, there is some things to consider, some prerequisites. Qlik put out this support article? Yeah, support article showing that there are a few add-ons that will need to be updated when upgrading to November 2024 version. So if you're using these add-ons, go ahead and check the version that you have installed, and if it's older than the mentioned versions, go ahead and get them updated. And the link here, those are the links that will show you, will lead you to the steps that will show you how to get these add-ons updated. All right, the other prerequisite for the upgrade is to make sure that you have backups of your server. Now, I've already ran my backup tasks that create backups for me, so I have that done, and just as an extra measure of caution, I have my Qlik Sense server running on virtual machines, and I have created the checkpoints that I could use to roll back the changes if something goes wrong. So assuming you have those things ready, so specifically for the November 2024 version, add-ons need to be updated, and for every version you must create backups. That's a critical step of the upgrade process, and ideally you also make sure that confirm that the backups that you have created can be used to recover your Qlik Sense server. Now, assuming you have done that, let's go ahead and start with the process. So the first thing that needs to be done is the services will need to be stopped, Qlik Sense services. So I'll go ahead and launch the services app. I have it pinned to my taskbar, but if you don't, just go to the start menu and type services and select this app here to launch the services console. Then scroll down until you see the Qlik Sense services, or just hit the Q key on your keyboard and stop the Qlik Sense services. Now, Qlik Sense services must be stopped in appropriate order. The order is, we'll start with the engine service. We'll stop that one. Then next is printing. We'll stop that one. Then proxy and scheduler service. After scheduler service is Qlik Sense repository service. If you have a bundled installation of PostgreSQL, then you will have Qlik Sense repository database. In addition to Qlik Sense repository service. So just make sure to stop the repository service first. Then we'd stop the Qlik Sense service dispatcher. And if you have a Qlik logging service, that one would need to be stopped next. It's a service that's not used by any recent versions of Qlik Sense, but if you still have that one, go ahead and stop that too. And the last service that you would need to stop is the Qlik Sense repository database. Now that one is only available if you're using a bundled installation of PostgreSQL. If you're using a standalone installation of PostgreSQL, you don't need to stop any additional services. Now you will have this PostgreSQL service that operates the PostgreSQL, the standalone version of PostgreSQL, but you don't need to stop the service, just leave it running. Okay, so once the Qlik Sense services are stopped, go ahead and close the services app. Qlik Sense is going to complain if you keep it open, and it's not going to let you run the upgrade. So just make sure that the services app is closed. So now I've already downloaded the installation file or the upgrade file for November 2024 version. If you haven't, I'll leave the link in the description to the download site where you can go ahead and get a copy of the upgrade file for yourself. So I'll go ahead and double click it to get the process started. Now, you may or may not see this window. You will only see it if you're running the installation file from a network directory. If you see this window, just go ahead and click Run. And if you're running the installation file from a local directory like desktop or your downloads folder, you won't see that window. So you won't have to worry about it. All right, so here at this step, you might see a screen like this. It's essentially telling you that, hey, your PostgreSQL is using an unsupported old version, so go ahead and update it whenever you can. It's essentially an information/warning. It's not really anything that will prevent you from downloading or from upgrading Qlik Sense. So if you see this message, just go ahead and click the next button. And consider upgrading your PostgreSQL server. Now, if you're using a newer version of PostgreSQL, like I do, I have version 16 installed, you'll just see this upgrade screen. So go ahead and click the upgrade button here. The next step is to read through and accept customer agreement. So go ahead and read through the agreement, or just click I accept the customer agreement if you do, and click the next button. So here is it asks for the password for your service account, the service account that's running your Qlik Sense services. So go ahead and enter it here now, and then click next. So also, if you are running your Qlik Sense server with a bundled installation of PostgreSQL, you will see another screen asking you for a password for your Postgres account. If you do, go ahead and enter the password for Postgres account and then click next to get to this screen. This is the screen that asks basic things like, do you want a shortcut? Do you want the services to start when upgrade is complete, and all the other stuff. Keep current service settings. Yes, we want that. I want the dashboard bundle and visualization bundle installed, and I like helping Qlik improve things, so I checked that checkbox. So usually I just check them all, but for you, read through them and check whichever ones apply to you. So once you're done with that, go ahead and click the next button. And I have selected the installation of dashboard and visualization bundles. If you do the same, you will get this another customer agreement that is associated with the object bundles. If you see that, go ahead and read through it. Click I accept the customer agreement if you do, and click the upgrade button to start the upgrade process. You'll see this user account control window asking you to give permission for the upgrade executable to essentially upgrade your Qlik Sense service. So go ahead and click yes here. And that's it. So that begins the upgrade process. It's going to run for about 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes, and that will be it. So while it is running, I wanted to kind of address or bring up a few examples why the upgrade process that is simple, as you have seen, but it's often perceived as a very complicated or scary thing to do. For the obvious reason is because we're working with an enterprise grade technology that is quite valuable. Your company likely invested millions of dollars and years of time developing it, so it's quite a valuable thing. So upgrading it is inherently, even if the upgrade process is simple, it inherently kind of causes discomfort. Also, there have been a limited number of issues that we Qlik Sense admins collectively have faced with previous upgrades. The biggest one, at least in my mind, in recent history, is upgrade of bundled PostgreSQL using the Qlik PostgreSQL installer tool. Now, for context, upgrading bundled PostgreSQL is quite challenging, and to help us, Qlik Sense admin, get bundled PostgreSQL upgraded, Qlik put together this thing they call QPI tool. So let me bring it up. And along with the QPI tool, they put together this article and a video that shows how to use the QPI tool to get Qlik Sense, the PostgreSQL, bundled PostgreSQL updated. And as you can see, it's quite a lengthy article. It's quite popular. It got over 180,000 views, and it has more than 30 pages of comments. So not comments, not 30 comments, 30 pages of comments. So there's a lot of discussion that's happened around it. And there were this whole process of upgrading bundled PostgreSQL was complicated. It was confusing. It was the time when a lot of Qlik Sense admins realized that they're not just Qlik Sense admins, but also PostgreSQL server admins. So if you didn't know that, now you do. We have to know how to maintain both Qlik Sense and PostgreSQL. So it was a quite stressful experience because it was new. There were issues that happen, like if one individual mentioned here that if you have some special characters in the password of your Postgres super user, the QPI tool would have issues. Now all those have been resolved, but at that moment there were quirks that needed to be worked out. Now Qlik developers, Qlik software developers have done the best job, I believe, that they could to deliver the solution in the time that they have had. It's it is what it is, but we all collectively struggled through it and got PostgreSQL unbundled, upgraded, and it's all well and good now. But that's one example of where, even though upgrades are quite simple, we have gone through this experience with upgrades. It's not necessarily Qlik Sense upgrades, it's PostgreSQL upgrades, but it is upgrade, and because it was rough, we all tend to associate upgrades with pain in our heads because of experiences like these. And the reality is that, as you have seen, the upgrade process is quite simple. But there are other examples where, upgrades may cause issues, like this one. This is a more recent one. Last year, there was a patch that was released that resulted in visualizations and extensions not loading after that patch is installed. So the upgrade process there was also smooth, but it caused issues after the fact. So there's that. And another one that I also remember, this is not the recent, you can see it's from 2021. It's also not related to Qlik Sense, it's related to QlikView. There was an update that Microsoft released that made Qlik Sense very slow. So that's also kind of upgrade bad thing happened. So kind of creates this association of upgrades equals pain. All there is to say that if you haven't already, you likely will come across experiences similar to those that will start building the Qlik Sense upgrades equals pain association in your mind. That association, however, is not necessarily true and can be dealt with. There are two implications that are worth noting. Two implications that when I saw them, they took away almost all of the stress from doing Qlik Sense upgrades. Now, first implication is what we've already seen, is that upgrades are in fact simple. There's no complexity that associated with stopping the services and running the upgrade file. That's all there's to it. So if you see that, if you recognize it for what it is, it's the fact of the matter is that to upgrade Qlik Sense is quite a simple process in most cases. So that's one thing that took away a lot of my association that upgrades are somehow in a way negative or painful, when I recognize that in most cases they're actually quite simple. The second implication is that backups are absolutely critical. And not only having the backups, but also knowing how to recover a Qlik Sense server from backups if or when something will go wrong. If you have backups and know how to use them, you effectively have an undo mechanism that you can use to roll back server changes to previous version to a stable state whenever something will go wrong. Now, if you can undo failed upgrades, well, then having upgrades fail isn't all that scary, right? It becomes an inconvenience at worst. You just have to take a step and go, all right, I'm gonna bring back the old version, and that is what it is. Now, speaking of Qlik Sense recovery, that's a topic of next video. Be on a lookout for that one. In that video, we'll take a look at the process at high level of recovering Qlik Sense server from backups. But that's, let's see, the upgrade is still going on, but hopefully that kind of paints a more holistic picture of the upgrades and highlights the fact that A, they're in fact quite simple in most cases, and B, when they're not simple, if you have backups and know how to use them to recover Qlik Sense from backups or to roll back the server changes, that effectively makes upgrade process not as scary as it may seem initially. So I'll go ahead and wait for the upgrade to complete and then come back once it's done. Alright, so there it is. Qlik Sense has been successfully upgraded. I'll go ahead and click finish, launch QMC, make sure everything is good here, do some checks. There it is. It is in fact November 2024. Now sometimes I have this weird thing where Qlik Sense or the QMC loads, but there's like it loads half of the screen, so I just press Ctrl-Shift-R to do like a hard reset, and that usually fixes the problem. There's like probably some CSS files that need to be re-rendered. So if you see something like that, just go ahead and click Ctrl-Shift-R to reload the page, and that should fix it. But so there you go. So this is good. Usually I just go through and check my apps, make sure everything is good there, my users, make sure that users license allocations are still good, make sure that tasks are loaded and streams and security rules and custom properties are all there. So we'll go through a basic checklist and make sure that Qlik Sense is up and running, make sure that the apps are opening and visualizations are all rendering and nothing is missing. So believe it or not, that was actually all there is to Qlik Sense server upgrade. Key takeaway is that upgrading Qlik Sense really is a fairly straightforward process that takes about 15 minutes to complete, and most of those 15 minutes is just waiting for the upgrade to finish running. The biggest part of the upgrade is not actually the upgrade itself, but the preparation for the upgrade. And in preparation for the upgrade, we need to do things like create backups, which take time, and practice recovering Qlik Sense from backups, which takes even more time. But all that is done, so we would be ready to roll back or undo any issues that may come up, and effectively minimize or even eliminate any risk that may come from running an upgrade. But the upgrade process itself is fairly straightforward. You can absolutely do it. And by the way, if you need a refresher on what to back up when backing up Qlik Sense, I'll have a link in the description to the video where I show exactly what needs to be backed up. So there you have it. That's how you get your Qlik Sense server up to date and take advantage of security enhancements and new features and functionalities that Qlik has put out. Again, in the next video, we'll talk about recovering your Qlik Sense server from backups. In the meantime, let me know how you feel about upgrading your Qlik Sense server. Does it make you feel uncomfortable? If so, hopefully this video helped to ease some of that discomfort, or are you totally used to running upgrades and think it's a breeze? Also, let me know what else you would like me to share with you in the space of Qlik Sense server administration. I'll look for your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh no. Oh wait, no, I did record it. Whew.